Alright, good morning everyone. Okay, is everyone ready to learn from all our overseas leaders? Everyone ready? Yes. Okay, and have everyone had your breakfast? Okay, anyway, today is family day, it's church day, okay? I'm sure there will be more members streaming in, okay, but let's make it a more cozy family setting, shall we? Okay, and today, of course, without further ado, okay, we have lined up, okay, our international delegates, okay, to come to Malaysia, okay, to help us more in our tree business, okay? So, of course, let's really listen attentively, okay? So, I really need everyone, please switch off your phone or switch it off to silent mode, all right? And of course, same thing, okay, don't ask, any questions, of course, if the speakers allow questions, okay, then, of course, they will ask for questions, okay? And of course, please, keep an open mind, okay? Really absorb. We always talk about we need to unlearn and relearn, all right? So, really, let's put our hearts to learning. Okay, just to understand, okay, 有没有人完全听不懂英文的？完全听不懂，一点都听不懂的。28%。还有没有人完全听不懂英文的？我们大概知道一下。OK， 当然有一些讲师 ，some speakers will be using Cantonese or Mandarin. Okay, but of course, probably, okay, I see as I scan the audience, let's primarily try to use English. Okay, if we can. Alright, so without further ado, okay, our international trainers will come up one by one. Okay, so of course the first speaker that I would like to bring him up, okay, is someone that I respected so much. Okay, we were both from the corporate world, and without him, okay, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be our Hong Kong market, and of course, he also played a very pivotal role in our Greater China market and all this. So he has been with us for a lot of years. Okay, so let's use our Malaysia welcome to welcome our 6-star director, Harry Stang from Hong Kong.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
早上好。早晨。咦，你哋好似全部都識講中文嘅咩？
冇問題。
剛才Crystal 吧，剛問有哪一位不可以完全聽英文的這位朋友舉手了。所以你們有沒有人完全聽不懂廣東話的？沒有，沒有。Anyone cannot hear Mandarin? Anyone?
There's no response.
Not understand Cantonese? No problem. Totally no problem, because I cannot speak total English. And I cannot speak total Mandarin. I can only speak total Cantonese, because I come from Hong Kong. So sometimes when we discuss about the language of the meeting, we will say about some Mandarin, some Cantonese, so we say cham cham. So today, some English, some Mandarin, some Cantonese, we say cham cham cham. In Cantonese, 好慘啊. Okay. It's my pleasure to here in KL, in Malaysia again, to share all of you. I just want to share some idea to all of you at the beginning of this training. 我想跟大家分享一下，就是在这个培训的开启的时候，分享一些我的想法。因为现在呢，已经是2024年的1月份，是吧？然后我们Free 这个平台呢，是在2023年2月份开启的，所以时间过得很快，已经过了11个月了。Time fly. Free this platform start from 2023 February, and now is 2024 January. already 11 months. Although only 11 months, but we did a lot of things. 虽然我们只过去11个月，但是呢，我们这11个月真的做了很多东西。今天就想跟你们就是回顾一下我们过去11个月做了什么事情就是首先呢，我们是2023年2月份开始的然后我们3月份在香港呢也办了一个活动然后我们在公司是在哪一个月在美国做了一个开幕的大会大家知道吗？5月份。米校语言呢，你听得懂普通话的？OK. So this platform is start from 2023 February, and we have a grand opening event in Solar City in last May, and then we have a launch event in Hong Kong. And so now I want to show you the video, the recap video of the launch event. Please. After the launch event, the Asia market explored, and many leaders start from different countries to build Asia market, and we have a Asia tour in August. 就是这个6月份，去年6月份这个启动大会开启以后呢，很多来自不同国家的领袖开始在亚洲发展，然后我们8月份呢有一个亚洲巡回这个亚洲巡回呢，我们你们有没有在这的朋友有没有参加过我们亚洲巡回或者是在马来西亚站有参与过亚洲巡回的会议的 ？OK， so 在亚洲巡回呢，我们其实呢，第一站是台湾我们在台湾去了3个城市，第一个是台北，然后是台中，然后是高雄，然后就到香港，然后香港以后呢就到新加坡。然后就到马来西亚，我们在马来西亚去到这个吉隆坡，然后槟城，然后怡保。So in the Asia tour, we visit 4 countries and a city. The first stop is Taiwan. We visit Taipei, Taichung and Kaohsiung, and then Hong Kong, and then 新加坡and then 就是马来西亚就是原来会乱的。Okay. After that, Malaysia. In Malaysia, we visited KL and then Penang, and then Ipoh. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, we watch next video. 你看看有没有你们记得？哎。有没有找到你们啊？特别是你们的朋友啊、伙伴啊？After that, we have the company have two incentive trip. One is 加勒比海 Caribbean cruise, and then the other one is in Bali. And after Bali, we visit Jakarta for a 2-day event, and then after the 2-day event. we have the Christmas party in Hong Kong, and first in Chinese we call 新風創業論壇 just a event for a training event. So let's watch the video. Is Malaysia people like party? This year, if we work hard together, we can have a big Christmas party in Malaysia, in KL. Do you like it? I see keep telling the person to 拍照所以这个任务交给你了So 我觉得呢，就是在这个行业里面呢，其中一个最开心的地方，就是可以跟全世界不同的朋友一起聚在一起，一起学习，一起去旅游，一起去玩，开 party 很开心而且呢，我觉得在其实我们日常里面，比如说我们可以看书、看视频去学习但是呢，我们如果要有成长，或者是快速成长的，我们参加不同的会议跟活动呢，这个是很有效的。对我来讲，就是 Kim Yi 开启的教我就是5M，more meetings mean more money I found that for myself, I can learn by myself reading books, watching the video and in Zoom. But for myself, I can grow in the different activity and event. This is very important to me, and one of the happiest in this industry is I can meet different people from different country, work together and play together. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to work hard in 2024 to give ourselves a more success year?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And this is this is all my sharing, and I will give the microphone to the handsome MC Christopher. Thank you, thank you.
All right, let's give Harris another round of applause. Thank you, Harris. Okay, so you have seen how Tree was bustling with activities last year. Okay, so the next speaker I'd like to bring up, also someone that I respected and learned a lot from, is someone that I learned a lot of positivity, a lot of vigor, a lot of determination, and he always makes our 3 business so effective and productive, so everyone really must learn from him, so let's again give the warm Malaysia welcome to our 5-star director from Hong Kong, Patrick Tang.
Hello， 马来西亚的伙伴们，大家早上好。好。马来西亚 Good morning。Good morning. Okay, I try my best to use my very good English to express my feeling. OK， 我尝试了哈，那没有了哈，我的英语都出来了哈。Always come out already. OK，always come out. OK, so I think 我想呢我就找 Christopher 了哈，就帮我呢简单的去做一个的翻译。OK, let's translate that by Christopher. OK, yeah.
I'll provide minimal translation.
OK, yeah. OK, 很高兴哈。那通过昨天呢，我们玩了这个事业的说明会啦。那今天呢，其实我想带给大家的就是我不能讲是什么是培训，就不能讲今天我是给培训大家。我想跟大家去分享一点呢，就是过去我经常说我很幸运，就在之前的创业的平台啦，那我有机会可以追随着 Kim， 我在 Kim 的身上学了很多的东西。那确实了 ，Kim 真的是把我 totally change， 就完全的改变 ，yeah.
So Patrick is very fortunate to follow Kim, and Kim really transformed everything he does in this industry. He's very fortunate, so he'd like to share with everyone more.
其实呢，我在前平台，我是2012年的年底哈，那我进了10年。那开始的时候，我自己创业，或者呢，我在这个事业的平台，就是我在这个领域，就 network marketing。那我其实从开始到现在已经超过30年了。在开始的10多年，在我还没有认识 Kim 之前，我的做法是根本是可以说是一塌糊涂的。我不懂得接力，我是打我个人的能力。所以呢，很多时候大家你听过我的故事，这很奇怪。那为什么开始创业10多年能赚钱，但是没有时间呢？连陪孩子去旅游的时间都没有呢？那就是因为我太自我了，我就用我自己的方法，我的人生也没有系统的，我就靠我自己一个人。
So before the previous platform, Patrick actually spent 30 years in network marketing, but without much success. It's a lot of ups and downs because he's always full of himself, using his own method, and it's all about him. So after that, he's very grateful that he can learn from Kim Hui how to leverage on the system, and now he's having even time freedom.
我很记得了，在11年前呢，有一天呢，那 Harris 就把我抓到 Kim 的面前，然后当时候呢 ，Kim 呢1个小时改变了我的一生。他跟我做了2个事情，跟我分享了有2个事情。当时可以说是教我2个东西。那第一呢，就是把我的梦想重新燃起来，因为我高高低低。那当时候我已经不想当什么百万富翁、千万富翁，我觉得很讨厌。我不要当有钱的人。当然，其实你赚到钱的时候很高兴啊， 但是当你掉下来的时候，那一种的痛苦啊，真的，不想去面对。所以我就是想做一个平凡的人。但是那个时候 Kim 呢重燃我的梦想，然后呢更重要的是 Kim 把我导入了系统。以前我以前我说的以前是10多年前的我啊，当时没有师傅，没有好的教练。那我的伙伴他们要去学什么的东西呢？我在按听他们的，no， 你要学什么？你告诉我这个好吗？你觉得看起来不错嘞 ，OK， 我说你等一下，你知道我做什么？我去学，学完的时候我回来教，我就是一个这样的人。我不安心，我不放心，把我的伙伴就给别人就去带，或者呢去外面去学东西。以前的我就是这样，我不安心的，所有都是通过我自己去做，所以能赚到钱有用吗？没用啊，根本我是抽不出时间，我没有抓到。虽然你说我当时已经做了10多年。但是在我认识 Kim 之前，我根本没有抓到在做这个行业的精髓到底在哪。我可以跟你说，我是不懂的。
Okay, so Patrick is very grateful that 11 years back, Harris actually brought Patrick to meet Kim Hui one-on-one. So during the one-on-one, it virtually changed his life, okay, his industry. So what Kim taught Patrick was 2 things. The first thing was Patrick has been miserable, having ups and downs in the past 30 years, so much so that his dreams were hidden. So actually Kim Hui actually dug out his dreams and light up the dreams as well. And the second thing that Kim taught him was how to leverage on the system. Because like I said, Patrick was too full of himself last time to the extent that he doesn't even allow his team members to go outside and learn. He will go and learn whatever the team member want to learn and then come back and teach that member. So that was how he has run his business. So Kim actually taught him how to leverage, how to really leverage on the system properly. So finally, Patrick saw the light at the end of the tunnel and realized that that's the gist of this industry. All right, so.
Yeah， 所以就是从那个时候我就开始我就冲了，我就跑了。那我很记得我去见 Kim 呢是2013年的3月份，3月28号早上的9点钟，我去见 Kim 的。当时候，如果用现在这个平台就 Three 这个平台的聘期来算呢，我当时候是2星。我见 Kim 的时候2星，我做了3个多月，3星也上不了。我用我自己的方法，所以大家，我告诉大家，我不是厉害，我真的是不懂的啊。好了，见完 Kim 了之后，我4月份上了4星，9月份上了5星，12月份上了6星。这个是我在10年前我见完 Kim， 我要转化，我去改变的时候，改变的方法改变了啊，事情就对了，业绩也出来了，钱也进口袋了。
So using the right method is so important because Patrick, when he first started, actually when he met Kim was around March 2013. So prior to that 2 months, okay, he couldn't even reach the rank of 3-star equivalent from 2-star. Okay, so what he did was after Kim really changed him totally. In April that year, he reached not only 3-star, he reached 4-star equivalent. Okay, and of course after that September 5-star. December 6-star equivalent in the previous platform. That's why having the right method is very, very important. So Patrick will share more with everyone.
Yeah， 所以呢，刚刚所说的是什么？就是方法 ，method 是这样吗 ？OK， 这个就是什么 ？method 就是我们所用的方法，会影响整个往后的结果的。其实可能我开始的时候，我走错了哈，我用错了方法。这个跟传统生意不一样，在传统生意我们自己当老板，当你发现我搞错了，可以你马上就转过来就好了。但是在这个生意呢，我们是带领着团队，对不对？就好像一个火车一样，就一个火车一样哈，我画的不好了哈。OK， 就一开就拉住了嘛。所以当你如果发现我走的方向我走错了，其实你后面你要改那个方向的时候呢，你后面的都要按照你错误的轨道再走一次的， 不是说你要改你就要去改 ，no。所以在开始的时候，我们所用的方法，这个是非常的重要。
So method is very important. Unlike traditional world, traditional business, if you do wrongly, you can still right a wrong. Okay, but in our industry, it's like you're leading a train head. If you really do wrongly, you're like leading a pathway that is wrong. Okay, so it's almost impossible for the rest, okay, to actually follow the wrong path towards the correct path. Okay, so it's very, very tough.
Yeah， 所以在当中呢，其实大家可能也过去都有听过啊，我们的大家的领导人呢都有跟大家说我们的3分钟的故事的重要性，有吗？Anybody heard about the 3-minute story before? Yeah, okay. In the story， 在这个故事里面 ，OK， 有3点的是非常的重要。我们说不是分开3点吗？那第一个是什么 ？Who am I？ 对吗？我是谁？哎，我是谁了？到底有什么缺口？对吗？好了，第二是什么 ？What you see, what you feel, right? What you see， 就是你在这一次这个事业的平台，到底你看到什么？从这一点，我想分享的，今天我不是跟大家讲3分钟的故事，从这一点 ，What you see， 这里分开2个部分的，一个是直接我看到的。什么意思？是 is directly， 就是我直接我看到，哎，当时我看到，哇，这个当我去了解这个生意的时候呢，我看到有一个家庭的主妇，那你是普通的家庭主妇，他们也能赚到钱，所以我就决定他能成功，我也能赚到的，这个是很直接。当时我参与的时候，我觉得我会成功的，这个是第一点。
Okay, so of course Patrick is not here to teach 3-minute story, but of course.What we see in the platform is very, very important. Like what we saw in the platform that directly impact us is so important. We got to share all this what we see.
第二个 is indirectly， 是间接的，就干这个。什么叫干这个呢 ？OK， 在这里有没有伙伴们？你们加盟的时候只是给面子朋友的，或者呢，只是看到产品好，我就用产品而已。我想问，在这里的今天有没有这些伙伴在这
？Anyone join the business because you want to give face to your friends or because of the products are good? Anyone?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, good. 4, 5, very good. See, OK， 我这个讲中文麻烦 Christopher 跟我翻译，这个是非常重要。什么叫 indirectly？ 什么间接的？开始的时候，我就是因为用产品而已吗？我就给面子我朋友，我就相信我的朋友。那你相信你的朋友用产品，就好好在家里用就好了没？你今天你星期天你过来干啥呢？你不会给面子你的朋友今天过来参与培训嘛？没有这个需要啊，你懂我说什么吗？所以如果开始的时候你是给面子的，给朋友的，只是想用产品的，到底过程当中你发生过什么事？你听到什么？你看到什么？而让你改变？你现在你要去全力以赴的去发展，这一种我们叫 indirectly。What you see?
Okay, it's very important what indirectly actually influence you to start the business, because what initially maybe you trust your friends, but what is it that you see and you feel inside this family, this platform, that indirectly impacts you to start taking the first action? Like for example, attending the first training today. Okay, what indirectly impacts you? Because if you're able to share this with your friends, I'm sure it can also influence a lot of friends that are not out for business, but they will also follow you, what you see, what you feel, and they will also come and see and feel in this platform. Same thing.
OK， 我想告诉大家当中最大的秘密出来了。我刚刚讲的所有了就是想告诉大家这一个，小心一点，就是想告诉大家这个秘密这个是什么秘密呢？我在过去的10个月，我看到有很多都是到底我问他们，你到底看到什么？因为我跟他们修这个故事嘛。 很多他们都不懂得怎么去讲他的3分钟的故事，有些是编出来的，就像导演一样，就想象的周星驰一样就想出来。我说 no， 这个is come from your heart， 就是来自发自你的内心的真正发生的东西，所以我要挖他的心里面的东西出来。很多了是间接的，开始的时候没有看懂的，都是懵的。进来的时候，好了，当我跟他们聊的时候，你知道，在这个间接的，在中间，他们为什么从开始给面子，开始用产品，最后要全力以赴的去做呢？他们到底看到什么？他们所看到的。大部分我看到最多的是一点，他们在活动里面看到东西出来。我们的秘密这个 secret 是什么？就是刚刚最后 Harris 他所说的 ，Kim 过去不是告诉我们5个 M 吗 ？More meeting means more money。我发现这个是我过去10个月我看到的真实的状况，他们大部分。都是从参与我们过去不同的大型的会议，让他们看到这个事业3能给到他什么，而让他呢真的转化来全力以赴的去发展这个平台。
Yeah, so Patrick want to share the secret currently in 3 why we are doing so well because he has helped a lot of members to actually carve out their 3-minute story. So he realized that majority of them comes from this that are indirectly impacted by 3. Okay, so while carving out the story, he realized that because they all attended some events, like what Harris have shown us previously, they have attended some events that actually changed their thinking, from being indirectly involved to becoming directly involved. They want to now do something for themselves. Okay, so as what Kim taught us, more meetings means more money. So be sure, the secret is be sure to plug in yourself and all of your team members into our events, into our meetings. Then they will all become all the gunners and they will have lots of drive to go towards the success.
OK， 这个就是我所看到的。所以呢，其实接下来了，我们3月份7号、8号、9号，就是我们的整个亚太区嘛一个周年庆我们在香港。所以呢，这一个的活动呢，首先你不要认为 OK。一些是这样有些的一些的小领导就跟我说 ，OK， 领导，我看一看，我看到我有没有伙伴来，那如果有的，我就一起跟他们过去了呗，如果没有，我就不去了。我说妈呀，你是不是有病？Sorry， 不好意思我真的是这样跟他说，我说你有病吗？现在是你来带团队，还是团队来带你呢？为什么你是伙伴有伙伴去，你这才去？那不是你今天你要当一个头嘛？是你领军嘛？你想象一下，过去有没有看过一些的电影在古时就打仗的时候呢，不是那个将军就骑了那匹马出来，就拿一个很大的旗帜在这里的吗？有没有印象？有没有看过？就打仗的时候去就对方在对面，对吧？哇，我们在这边，后面一整队的军队在这，你知道整个军队在等什么？就等前面的这个将军发施号令，来，我们杀，我们冲就后面是不是就冲过来了？你想象一下，如果今天你当一个将军，你不发施号令，就后面有些人是傻傻的懵的。就不知道在睡觉还是发梦。如果这个小兵去讲这个，你作为将军，你就往前冲的时候，你会发生什么事情？你就挂掉了。不好意思OK， 能翻译吗
？Okay, why is Patrick so agitated? Because there's some small leaders under him that told Patrick that hey Patrick, tell you what, anyway, we have this very important Asia Pac anniversary happening in March 7, 8, and 9. So like I said, this is the big meeting that everyone must go. So Patrick is agitated because some of the small leaders told him that, hey Patrick, tell you what, if I have my team members going, then I will book a ticket to Hong Kong. So Patrick is very agitated because he told the team members that, are you leading your team? Or are you allowing your team to lead you? It's just like in the olden days in wartime. Have you ever seen generals don't stand in front, but they stand behind the army. Okay, there's no such thing. Okay, usually it's the general charging in front, then you see the whole army charging. Okay, and not the other way around. Okay, so don't ever make the mistake. You must always stand tall. Book the ticket first and tell a team that everyone must follow me and let's go to Hong Kong. Okay, very very important.
Yeah， 所以这个是很灵验的。这个生意哈，我在这个行业了，真的超过30年了。我看到呢，所有都是 duplication， 都是复制，很怪的，很奇怪的这个哈。可能当然你说啊，我做什么，小孩哈，就看到爸爸妈妈做什么，爸爸妈妈讲什么，他长大以后就是讲这一个，因为他看住这个爸爸妈妈去成长嘛。我告诉你，这一个行业比在家里看到你爸爸妈妈是更厉害。你的伙伴没有看到你做什么，你的伙伴没有听到你做什么，但是很自然，你的 DNA 会流到他的身上的，会流到你的团队上面的。我看过很多的哈，其中呢，我当时会有一个小团队哈，他呢是很喜欢骂他的上属的，就经常blah blah blah blah，有些时候我在呢，他也是骂他的上属，我就看。我说你好好骂了哈，多等几个月你就知道了。好了，最后他的团队出来了嘛？你知道这个团队发生什么事情？他整个团队都是去骂他的，就很神奇的这一个。所以你做什么，就真的我觉得不知道是老天爷有个天线哦，有个人做卫星啊去发这个信号还是什么，我搞不懂，我不知道。但是这个是真的 duplicate。所以今天我们要把 Three 这个生意做好的话呢，你一定要建立在这个活动，不然就好像最早我在开始的10多年去经营这个行业，我能赚钱啊，但是有时间吗？我没时间，因为我跑不开。但是如果你学懂了，在今天你刚开始发展 Three 的时候，你懂得怎么去建立在系统上面呢？你出现的结果呢？我相信就是跟我过去在我上一次在上一个平台的10年呢，我相信也差不多。我真的这个是我最感恩的，赚到钱能走得开。在疫情之前，我每一年经常就跟儿子飞了去玩了。我根本不用交代，我在玩的时候，我的收入也是源源不断的来，我不用每一天讲课。在以前我不懂得借力的时候，我不讲没有生意，都是靠我来讲。但当我学懂借力了之后呢，没事啊，我根本1个月讲1次而已啊。但是我的收入呢是很澎湃，是比我过去以前啊，比我以前就是在上一个平台之前了哦 ，OK 有点混这里，就真的做得更大，而且最重要是什么？活得更开心。所以呢，讲这一个呢，今天最主要的是什么呢？告诉大家借力，而且这个借力呢，从你开始，从你今天你下了决定去开始。我最后几句哈，就关于这一块的，从这里开始，而且最重要这个哈 ，OK， 来跑掉哈，对 ，Three 的生意借力，有些人说啊，那我要买机票啊，我飞到香港啊，那老实说大家。Three 这个生意，你投资了什么？来，你投资了什么？你是买了一个 Pro Pack， 对吗？有些我们追创始的伙伴们就买了一个 Founder Pack， 就没了。哎，那个拜托，那个不是投资哎，那个你是买东西给你自己健康而已啊。那你做什么生意，你都需要投资啊。那今天 Three 的生意，你要投资的是什么？就是投资你自己的那个。视野啊，投资你的，投资你的这个视野眼光啊，就明白吗？我们这怎么讲？你在这个事业，你要投资的，就是你要投资你扩大你的视野，不要说的小小的看到就是税哦，就是我看到的是这个产品，这个产品好，我跟朋友就是讲产品。你要扩大你的心胸，那你怎么样能做到这一个呢？真的是发自你的内心。我用一个简单的，我告诉大家， 小孩，在香港的孩子，有很多上了大学了哈。我小的儿子跟我大的儿子很不一样。我大的儿子呢，他在传统的学校读书的。我大的儿子，英语呢，我大儿子很好啊讲的，但是没有味道的。一听我就知道这个是香港人讲英语啊。我的小的儿子呢，就在 International School， 这国际学校，因为呢，他好多年了嘛，他跟他的同学都是老外来的，他的同学啊，那每天生活在那个圈子啊，他讲了，你知道有一天之前哦，在房间，我说妈呀，哪个老外来了我家呢？因为我很少听到我小的儿子讲英语的，在家里，我跟他们是讲广东话吗？然后我打开门，我看到他在打游戏啊，在连线啊 ，online， 就跟着那些小老外啊，就打游戏嘛。我一听，我说你的英语为什么讲到这样的呢？他说有什么问题啊吧？我以为是外国人，你看嘛，你想象一下，当你把一个你的孩子调到外国5年、10年之后回来，你说他讲的英语跟你在本地马来西亚所讲的英语，你觉得是不是有不一样？是不是更有味道？你明白吗？你说没有啊，领导，我每天我在做3啊，我很用功啊，我很用心啊。你就是做不到那个味道出来，你知道为什么吗？因为连公司的生日、周年庆你都不去，那你怎样可以融入3这个状态里面呢？你懂吗？你要让你自己，你想自己更有味道吗？Not the smell， 别误会 ，OK？ 这是什么味道？这是真的是3那一种的。血的，在你的血、你的骨头的那一个的感觉，你能讲到这个出来的时候，我告诉你，你的底气就来了。很多人说我的底气从哪里来？哎呀 ，Patrick， 你如果啊，哎呀，我赚到你像现在的这个一点点的这个财富哦，我讲说话比你更大心啊。我说你搞错了，我还没赚钱的时候，我讲话已经是这样了。我在刚刚开始的时候。不是老板是谁，公司是谁，产品是什么，制度是什么，我什么都不知道。那最早的时候，我跟 Samson、Harris 不是一样吗？不知道的，不是因为有这个公司，哎，我们就来做了呗 ？No， 是还没有这个公司，我们已经出来帮，就跟 Kim 啊、Samson 啊、Harris 啊，我们几个就12位嘛，大概最早的时候，我们就去谈论，就是这个新的公司是怎样。所以底气怎么来？我的底气是来自于，因为我知道这一次我到底在做什么，我跟随着谁在做什么的事情。所以大家，你的底气不是因为你赚了多少钱而来的，你的底气从哪里来的？是你所看到什么，你知道你追随的领导人，你在做的一个是什么样的平台。那如果最短的时间能产生这个是什么呢？就是你来参与我们3月7号、8号、9号的活动，一切从你来做起，你做起，然后怎么做？你做了才去叫你的伙伴做这个事情。一天你还没做的话，你不要讲，因为你讲是没力的。这你叫我去，你为什么不去？对吧？你怎么说？你到时候什么呢？你就是没有去嘛。OK， 所以这一个是我过去真的10多年的经验去告诉我，这一次这个活动会为大家带来很大的收获的。等一下，这一位 Crystal 啊，你知道吗？他很自信，他跟我说，刚在后面，我说 Crystal， 你帮我做翻译。他说 OK， 你可以给我一点点挑战 Patrick，OK， 你就可以讲多一点，我去 summarize。我说 OK， 那我最后了哈，给 Crystal 一个挑战啊。
没问题 ，OK。So the most important rule of duplication, okay, is to lead by example. Okay, that's why don't have a bad example to your team. You must go first, so that your team will really follow you. Okay, and like what Patrick has said, okay, most importantly, okay, we didn't really invested in 3. Okay, why do I say so? Because at most you bought the founders, you bought the pro pack, but probably some of you all has eaten all the products, or you have sold half of the products. So what have you actually invested? So you really must invest, okay, in our business by buying a ticket, buying accommodation in Hong Kong. That is your minimal investment in 3 to make it successful. And Patrick quoted a very good example, okay? His younger son can speak English very, very well because he's mixing around all the international crowd in his international school. So same thing in 3. If you want to have bustling energy like Patrick, okay, do you think you should go for all this big meeting to immerse in that kind of energy? Well, definitely you have to, okay? If not, you will always stay in Malaysia only in your own comfort zone. You will never get the kind of energy. Patrick has a lot of members that thought that it is because he earns so much, then he has this kind of energy. Wrong, okay? Even before earning so much, even I've seen it for myself, okay? Even at pre-launch, he was talking so energetically and so confidently because he's always with all the energetic people like Kim, like Samson, like Harris. Okay, so be sure to go. Okay, lead a good example, go immerse in active and energy, and you will come back with more conviction, more confidence. So really buy ticket first. Okay, don't expect your team to buy first, then you follow. Okay, it's you leading your team. Okay, so be sure, plug in, buy ticket, then go out there and ask all your team to go Hong Kong. Okay, let's make it a packed event. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, so see you guys in Hong Kong at March 7, 8, 9, 3 days. Okay, thank you. See you again.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's give Patrick another round of applause. All right. So of course, I'm sure everyone is waiting for our last trainer, our last speaker. Okay, he's almost like a big brother to me and to everyone in Tree. And of course, we knew that he has flown the furthest, okay, all the way from LA to be here with us in Malaysia, okay? And like I said, he and Kim Hui has really worked tirelessly around the clock, okay? He's not sleeping just to make 3 a very, very successful project, okay? So let's really give him a very, very warm welcome, and let's welcome our 6-star director, Samson Lee from LA.
Thank you, Christopher. Wow, was Patrick good or what? Let me ask again, who doesn't understand English? A little bit? Huh? My English only 3rd grade English, okay? Okay, huh? Okay. I'm very happy to be here. Harris and Patrick, fantastic, huh? And it's not, but what they offer you is not something that happens overnight, right? It's from years and years and years of experience. But today we definitely want to give you some shortcuts, yeah? So faster, yeah? So let me ask, since Patrick was talking about events, how many of you have gone to a Hong Kong event? Can I see? Yeah, that's why you're still here. Yeah. So those who have not, hopefully you get a chance to go. So because, many years ago, 19 now, when I first got into the industry, it said, you're not in the business until you attend a convention. I didn't understand what that meant. But as a traditional business person, well, over the years I see, McDonald's, they have their convention, right? Insurance company have their convention, right? And they almost force you to go, right? And then many businesses have their convention. And why is that? Well, I think Patrick said very well already. Because to see what the whole business is about, aside from what we see in front of our face, it's important to attend the event. Yeah? I know you have been to a convention and do testimony to share. So in our business, the purpose that me, Patrick, and Harris are here, and every time that we come, and the leaders come, is to help you to grow your business. That's our purpose. That's our intention. So, and many times, I have to think back when maybe I was sitting in your seat, where I was looking at, and what happened to me over the years, where it opened my eyes not my physical eye, but my mind's eye. You know, you have the eyesight, but you have the mind sight to see what this business really is, okay? Because many years ago, I was in the furniture business. I would come as a meeting, and then, okay, so how do you make the money? How many of you wonder that? How come to do so many meetings, but how do you make the money, right? And then, when I saw Kim making millions already in a business where I first met her, by the time I realized how big it is, it's like, okay, really, how do you do it? How many of you wonder? Huh? How many of you wonder? Okay, raise your hand. How do you do it? Exactly, right? How do you go from little step to, wow, so big, right? It's like, when we talk about making that kind of millions of dollars, like, oh, it's like the astronaut going to the moon. It's so far away. But let me tell you today, maybe within the next 20, 25 minutes, it's actually a lot closer than you know. It's actually at your fingertip, almost like that. There is some magic in people. There's some magic in the human entrepreneur spirit. Okay? Because, you know, everything that we have in the world, in our society, where did it come from? Our imagination. Right? Am I right? Simple thing, the clothes that you wear. Somebody drew it out, designed it, cut it out, picked the material, cut it out, and then put it in a store. Where did it come from? How we think. Is how we think very important? Yes, it is the most important. Because imagine if we break it down. Who are we really? What are we really seeing? Did you know that your eye, your physical eye, when you see an image, the image that's in your eye is actually upside down. Did you know that? You pay attention in biology class? But why can our brain can turn it back around? Right? Why? Because it's all how, not physically how we see things, but how we think. That is the reality. So, you know, I know many years ago, in the year 1999, there's a very famous movie called The Matrix. Have you seen The Matrix? Yeah? If not, I would highly recommend. The world is not what we think it is. And I realized that because many years ago when I was young, when I was going to college, just coming out to work, my father used to do commodity futures. So he traded gold, silver, but options, right? Very high dollars like gambling, eh? So he's a broker. He had his own business, and he said, you know, he had many very rich people, like super rich, right? He said, hey, you know, rich people think differently. I said, but what does that mean? I have no idea. As I study, you know, like, as an entrepreneur looking for success, I realized, you know, it's all how people think. How many of you have heard the story how Bill Gates started his business, Microsoft? How he got his first contract, right? So through connection, he got a meeting with IBM. And he thought that IBM was making personal computers, and he was going to say, hey, I can write the operating system for you, right? You know, after the meeting, after they say yes to him, then he went to find somebody to write the operating system. So his hand was empty walking into that meeting. You think about that. What is somebody willing to do? It's all desire and how he thinks, right? Okay, so for you to go to the moon, the moon is actually a lot closer. You gotta get the rope to pull it down. Okay? This business, it can be very simple. First, how you think. Second, plug into event. And Patrick did a fantastic job. Okay? So events, in a sense, for me, to keep it simple, it's like a fish tank. You want to be in the water if you're a fish. What happens when you're out? You die eventually. So you know, if you don't do the event, your team don't do the event. A lot of people say, oh, what is a leader? Like for me, I was the boss in my furniture business. Coming into here, oh, you have to be a leader. I have no idea what that means. As I watch, you know what? The simplest thing, lead by example. You do, your team will do. And there are people who can yeah, sit here to learn like you are today. That's called passive learning. You might be able to take 10, 20, 30%. But where you learn the most is called active learning, by doing it. Not only by yourself, but with other people. You know what the ultimate learning is? Is when you try to teach it. So thank you for the opportunity. Okay? That's actually where you learn the most, because you have to put the lesson together. You have to think it through, aside from what you have done before, and then teach it. That's actually the ultimate learning. If I was going to share with you anything, that is kind of what leadership is about in this business. Okay? So first, you got to listen, then you got to do, then you got to teach. Does that make sense? Then, and here's the other thing. Let's say if I tell you, to get to this level, to get to that level, you need to go through so many people, you need to do so many events. How soon you want to get that done? Anybody? Anybody? What?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, no, yeah. But as soon as possible, am I right? Think about that. Most people fail or it's very slow because they don't know what to expect. So then that's why you have leaders and other people to share with you their experience, right? So for example, I share with you, well, when I first started in this industry, I can sign up people because I was like the boss for my furniture business before. I was in real estate. I know how to talk. I do it by myself. But most people can do that. But then my people never did anything. They never come to the meeting. I say, hey, what is missing? I did not do what Patrick said to do, to promote the meeting, to get the people there. Okay? But how to get the people there? They will only come if they want something, right? Right? So it's important as we work the business that we have empathy for the other person. We have compassion for the other person. We have an understanding of the other person. Okay? People will only do to get what they want. Does that make sense? If you're thirsty, you'll get up, go get some water, reach out to get the water, right? If you're not thirsty, you just sit there, right? So it's a matter of what people want. The biggest mistake people make is that they never find out what the other person wants. They just tell. So there's a saying. It doesn't matter what we say. It matters everything what the other person say. Okay? So what they say in general for most people is their word, right? Is their commitment, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So you can say whatever you want, but you'll never convince them unless they say they want. Does that make sense? Okay. So when we go out to share with people, a very simple thing is to understand it. And maybe a very simple term is heart to heart, as people, And that's actually very powerful. People say, oh, Samson, you got to come to motivate people. It's like, I've never motivated anybody in my life. Everybody is self-motivated, right? And unless you see something, your imagination won't turn and then take action. Do you understand what I'm saying? And like I said, your mindset, the way you think is everything. It's everything. So that's why some of you have heard success is an inside game. Have you heard that before? Because it's all how you think. So we always say, if you see this as a small business, you're right. If you see it as a big business, you're right too. It's just what scale, right? So how many of you, just question, again, there's no right or wrong answer, want to make $1,000 US a month? Nobody. Some. How many of you want to make $5,000 US a month? 10,000? 20,000? 100,000 a month? Okay, there's some people who, no.
1 million.
1 million. Okay, oh, like him, huh? Okay. I asked that again There's no right or wrong answer, right? It's not what I say, it's what you say. Okay? So now, let's go down to the nitty-gritty. Okay? So how this business can go from one person at a time to thousands of people is mindset and system, events. It is that simple. It is that simple. But most people cannot get past how they own think, how they are. Because aside from what you think, you know how you think? You can think subconsciously and consciously. There's two. You understand? You know the hardest part? Which is the hardest part to change? Subconscious. Right? Because we are actually 90% of what we do every day is with our subconscious. Does that make sense? Like like driving a car. How many of you drive a car or moped? Right? Or whatever, right? So when you first learn to drive, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to buckle my seatbelt, gotta, adjust on the mirror, right? And then I gotta start thinking, oh, I have to step on the brake to start the engine, right? And then if you have I know how to like do a stick, right? Manual transmission, you're like, oh, I have to step on a clutch. Oh, it's so complicated. But after a while, it's automatic, right? It's so automatic, you can talk to the phone and drive at the same time, and without thinking, you're in your destination without knowing really what happened when you were driving, right? That is actually your subconscious. Your subconscious is very powerful. So how you can get ahead, though, is by changing your subconscious. That's the truth. So over the years, there's many people who teach people to do that in an area called self-development. Have you been to a self-development course before? Yes? Okay. So many years ago, I was in the furniture business. If you ask me, Samson, you need to develop yourself to make more money. I'm like, what does that mean? Why do I have to develop myself? What does that mean? Well, all it is, the more you can change into, or more open to changing, the more you can receive so that you can grow, not only personally, but how you make decisions, how you see the world, okay? How you see your relationships, how you see your business, how you see your job, how you see the world, okay? We all know that somebody who travels all over the world, they have a different idea what the world is than somebody who never traveled. It's true. So there's no good, right or wrong. Whatever you have done in your life, there you are. There you are. Tony Robbins, one of the most famous, well, he's probably the most famous today in self-development. He said, many years ago I heard, your destiny equals, you know what your destiny equals? Equals to all the decisions you made in your life. That will lead you to your destiny. So through every single decision you made in your life, it led you to here in this room today. Yeah. And hopefully you're in the right direction. Hopefully this is where you want to go. You see 3 as a vehicle to make a change in your life, whatever that is. 500 a month, 1,000 a month. I was talking about US dollar, okay? Not ringgit, no rupiah. Not Vietnam dong. Okay, Vietnamese stuff. But anyway, so with that, okay. So first, one thing is, this business they call people business. So learn to deal with people. So in a way, I was talking with Adelina at breakfast today. You almost have to, in Chinese there's a Tai Chi thing. You know what the Tai Chi is, right? It's like energy, right? Where energy flows, the money goes. That's what Chinese people say. No, where your attention is, that's where the energy goes. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to be like a chameleon. Okay? It takes certain personality. If you want to learn to deal with people more, you do have to let a lot of things go. You have to have something called acceptance. Accept people for who they are, and that's okay. Don't need to force anybody to do anything, right? And the most successful people, that's what they do. Because to get to a goal, we need to constantly be moving forward. Does it make sense? So I used to say, cats and dogs are great. They would do what you need them to do, right? Please sit down, roll over, you walk the dog, okay, etc. A cat is different. How many of you have cats? Do they have their own mind? Yeah. So this industry is like herding cats. Everybody has their own mind, they go every other way. Right? It's cattle. You have the dogs and you can herd cattle, but this is like herding cats. Okay? But how many can you take with you? How many will go with you to the events? Right? Everybody have their excuse or reason not to go. Well, there's a saying. How we do something is how we do everything. How we do something is how we do everything. I tell my son all the time. I said, you gotta clean up your room. Right? How many of you have kids, you have to tell me to clean up their room. Right? You know why? Because your inner world reflects your outer world. If you're messy on the outside, you're probably messy on the inside to some degree. Or it shows the attention he gives to the things that's around him. And maybe it's not a fault of his, but just habit. The subconscious habit of not doing it. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, a lot of psychology here, right? Yeah, I spent years going to a shrink. I'm just kidding. But if you have kids, then you kind of know. At the same time, though, you kind of have to teach yourself, but you can never see yourself. It has to be somebody else. So I tell my son, you gotta clean up your room. And he starts, the things he loves, he keeps it very neat. Right? But after he takes a shower, it's like underwear on the floor, pants is down. Hey, why don't you just pick it up in the basket? I said, it takes you the same amount of time and effort to put your dirty clothes in the basket as to put them on the floor. So why not just put them in the basket? Is it? So in this business, the same. It takes you the same amount of time to get to your goal if you do the right action versus you do it your own way. Because the events, it's been proven. We have people who have made money. Not one, many people. And we have a culture of open to share with all of you our genuine story of how we did it. Now, if you believe or not, we cannot force you. But we can only give you what we've done. It's not any one leader leading any group, because that group will be very small. But when you have leadership, tens and hundreds of people who are willing to share, you pick your example. You pick whoever inspires you. You listen to the words of people who you can understand, maybe on your level or in your community or your ethnic group, whatever it is. If you don't have it yet, you become that person. It makes sense? Because I cannot relate. Because I'm Chinese American. I'm more American than even Chinese. Right? But I cannot relate to, for example, Indian. I have a friend, Sammy. Some of you have seen Sammy before. He's been around. He's from Penang, lives in LA. He's in the business. He speaks 7 or 8 different languages, I said, how do you know Cantonese? His Cantonese better than mine, right? He works as a translator, translate Chinese, okay? Oh yeah, my neighbor speaks Cantonese when he was growing up in Penang. I said, But I cannot relate because I don't know the culture enough, aside from the food. Okay, I'm still learning. Okay. Sammy's a great cook. But how he grew up, the religious, the cultural practice, I cannot relate. Same thing with Malay, right? I'm open to learning. I'm open to experience. That's why I come to Malaysia all the time. But, here, it's up to you to be the leader for your business. But all you have to do is lead by example. We can teach you 100% of what we know, what you can apply, probably 80 to 90%, and the other 10 to 20% more within your own group, locally. That's okay, right? So, but you gotta be open to receive. Just, use your imagination, feel inspired. Don't worry about how you're gonna get there. So, this business, the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna give you some nuggets and I'll try to get it through to you because some of you have heard it before, but you gotta apply it. In this business, it doesn't matter what you do that works. It matters what duplicates. Okay? So it's like, what it means is, you can go out, if you have money, have fancy dinners every night, right? And have your people bring new people and we'll just, show off and have a big thing. But can they do that? No. After none of us, our goal, why are we in this business? So we can build a business and down the road it can be more automatic, right? We have time freedom, right? Financial and time freedom, that's what we want ultimately. Well, if you're the one always doing that, the other people cannot do it, your business will never grow beyond you. And that's why a lot of people fail. In Malaysia, I've been coming here since 2011. I've seen many people, they talk so good. They know how to sell so much product. 6 months later, they're done. They're bye-bye, disappear. Okay? Because they run out of their own contact. And also because they talk so good, nobody can duplicate it. Their people never come to the event. They're super salespeople. But 6 months later, they're done. I've seen it over and over and over again. So, when you do the basic things right, think about whatever you do, can people duplicate it? That's why we have the WOW book. How many of you know what that is? Okay? So this book, in a digital PDF form, if you don't have it, ask the person who brought you, make sure you get a copy of it, okay? We send it out on the WhatsApp, okay? It walks you literally step by step, by step, by step, how to start your business and to look at the business from the right perspective, okay? And actually even kind of stimulates you when you make a list of the people that you know, give you some ideas how to do that, okay? That is the first step to starting your business. Now, how many of you have finished the whole book? Half the people didn't, right? Well, if you want to make a lot of money, can you just spend 10 to 15 minutes to go through the book? Exactly, so it's a habit, right? So we just need to invest that little bit of time. When I was going to university, I was good at every subject, if I spent time doing it, right? My favorite subject was actually business law, but that takes time, a lot of reading and thinking and then writing down, right? But when I did it, when I spent time, I did really good. When I didn't spend time, forget about it. It's just that simple. Because we can be up here, do Q&A like non-stop, but if you never take the step to even take the 10, 15 minutes to do that, you won't learn anything from our Q&A either. Okay, now, so second thing, so that tool is for you to duplicate. It has the other PDF where science meets wellness, opportunity showcase, simple ABC, brand ambassador tools. All those videos have links where you can even click the PDF on your phone and will boom, bounce over to YouTube to that video. It is that simple for you. It's very innovative because it's not a website you have to click through. It's just one document. There's about 6 to 12 videos on it, each document. So just pick the one. I would over time watch every single one so you know what's in it. Does that make sense? So you don't have to do it overnight. You can cram it in, but at least you know what's in it is important. That at least you're getting serious now. That's like the foundation you need to lay in your mind to start the business, to be on the way to make a lot of money. That's the truth, okay? So instead, you take action, event. So at the event, you'll meet your business partners, your sponsor, and your leader. And that's where, if you have a question, you can ask them. It could be either at the Zoom or face-to-face, right? So sometimes, in this business, to get momentum, that means to get some speed, to get bigger volume, to make more money. Okay? More meaning more money, right? You need structured event. Okay? You need regular event. If you're not willing to plug into the regular event, like the Zoom, we have, for US it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in Asia, right? So we have 4 Zooms a week regularly in English and 3 Zooms in Mandarin every week. How many of you attend the Zooms? Yeah, right? Or the recording, right? If you don't, you're not in the business yet. You don't have to run the business. You don't have to even talk about it. Let the videos on YouTube, like the Zooms, talk for you. We have leaders, like in America, there's a lot of blonde and blue-eyed ladies. They're great. They look beautiful. They're well put together. They talk so good. Okay? We have serious people, serious business people, a lot older people like me, but with a lot more white hair. Okay? Who have years experience, and they can share with you just like how to promote events, how to invite people, how to talk to people. Let the tools do the work for you. Actually, we have a joke. The less you say, the better you do. Because you know why? Remember? It doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates. You see? So if you use the tools, you experience the tools, you start to have feelings that, oh, you know what? Yeah, it's so simple. Oh, this is all I have to do. You know what then? You get your whole team to do the same thing if that's what they want. Okay? So on the Wild Book, here's the thing. First, you have to do it. Take 10 to 15 minutes to go through it. And then sign at the back. Do it with your sponsor. Just do a call. Hey, can I ask just maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time so we can just sit down so I can know my goals? Yeah? You know what next thing is? When you have new people, you do the same thing with them. Does that make sense? Okay? Take the time. I was in Singapore with Adelina, and we met some of her people. We just started. Okay? Yeah, right? Claire, your people too, right? So it's important we know what those ladies wanted, right? So beforehand, Adelina was very smart. Oh, after the pandemic, there's a big shift in lifestyle. All the maids, they don't, they all quit. So all the housewives in Singapore, they have to do so much now. You have the kids, the job, the husband, the household. Now they have to do everything, right? I think in Malaysia too, right? Yeah, it's like stress. Like sweating, right? There's so much to do, right? How do I have time for the business? Well, you could. If you have more money to pay more, they will come, So they all want to get ahead, But how to squeeze it in? Well, I would, and that's the thing. So when we talk about with a group of ladies, they all identify with that, right? See, men, we're conditioned to work. I mean, in society, right? It's not male dominated, but the men are expected to go work to make money to provide. Well, nowadays, because it's very expensive everywhere, the women have to do that too, plus the family, plus the kids, and like, wow. Women very organized, most of us. Men, we just look at the bottom line. What do we need to do? Okay. But the business, that's how it is. You have to do it. You have to make it so easy to do, right? So if you want to share with somebody, you know what? I'll end it with this because I think it will tell the whole story how you can basically start your business and then how it can lead to. Are you ready? Because I haven't told this story in Asia yet. Okay. Well, I'll end it with this story so you get some idea how you can do the business and how I do the business. I have built my business over the years, with very simple, just like you, one person at a time. All right. My last business, I had over 1 million people in my group. Okay. But how to get from 1 to 1 million? This is how it's done. Because it duplicates down, right? It's like you go to McDonald's, it's the same almost everywhere in the world, right? That's duplication. But it starts with one store, right? One way to do. If you can do it with the best practices, and that duplicates down, and you learn, you do, you teach. You learn, you do, you teach. Okay? So recently, about 2 months ago, my new car was getting serviced. It got a flat tire. It got towed to the car dealer to get the tire repaired. Okay? So I called Uber. So Uber came, and there's a lady there saying, good afternoon. Are you Samson? I said, wow, she's friendly. I said, yeah, I'm Samson. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Gabriella. But people call me Gabby. I said, okay. Nice lady. Now, let me tell you, 19 years, I've never sponsored any taxi driver, never sponsored any Uber driver. Never. Because they never get back to you. After you talk a little bit, I send them information, no response, nothing. Okay? 19 years. So you know the odds, okay? But anyway, so I was talking with her, and I say, wow, so are you having a good day? She said, oh, yeah. Great day. I worked, earlier, and then I'm just finishing my day with the Uber. Then I go home to cook. I said, oh, okay. So I said, so what do you do? Oh, I work at the Veterans Affairs. So that is the organization, the government organization that takes care of all the military veterans. Oh, so what do you do there? I cook. Oh, you cook. Wow. So how many days you work? Oh, sometimes 5, sometimes 6. I say, wow. I said, thank you for serving the veterans. You have to have a good heart to do that. Oh yeah, I love doing it. And I'm very responsive. And she started telling me, right? Well, because I said something, I honestly, from my heart, I really appreciate her for doing it. She felt good about it. When you make people feel good, they tell you more. You ever notice that? You give somebody a compliment, they start telling you more? Okay. So, but from my heart, I said, wow, I really respect you. And it's amazing that you can serve the veteran. I know it's a job, but you really do it with a lot of heart. Then she said, oh yeah, I make sure everything is done. Even the day before I get off, I make sure everything is prepared for the people tomorrow. So to make sure they do it right. And I said, wow, you're responsible too. That's amazing. You work so hard. And I noticed on the Uber, you have done more than 3,400 trips. Wow. You work very hard. I said, oh yeah. I said, do you have family? I'm thinking she worked hard for the kids, right? So I said, you have family? And she said, oh yeah, I have 4 kids. I said, wow, is that why you work hard? Well, yeah, kind of, but not really. Most of them are older now. One son still lives with her. I said, okay, well, that's good. So you work very hard to bring up 4 kids. Oh yeah, me and my ex-husband. I said, oh, okay. See, every compliment, they like, if they're open, they're like telling you, right? So I said, wow, okay. Yeah, so I said, wow. So how often you drive? Whenever I can. I said, wow. I said, you ever thought of having your own business? Because you work so hard for other people, and well, for the veterans. But aside from Uber, have you ever thought of making more money? I said, of course. I said, so then she said, oh yeah, many years ago, me and my ex-husband used to do Herbalife. I said, oh, okay, interesting. I said, okay, there's the right person there. But my intention was not to picture anything, In my heart, I just felt that, wow, she's such a nice person, so friendly, and do good things with the right intention, right? To serve other people. I said, wow, you'd be great, I really appreciate her in my heart, right? I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should share with her. That's what I was thinking, right? Because to be honest, my time is very limited for people, okay? Because I can't just take on somebody who don't know anything to do the business. I cannot teach from ABC, right? I can use a video. I still need to work with them. But my time, I need to spend with a lot of people to make more impact. So I'm very picky, and that's the way you should be. If you're going to build $1 million business, multi-million, who are you going to have next to you? Are you going to drag people along to make money with you? No. You want people to run with you, right? Because you don't have time to drag people, right? So Gabby, I talked to Gabby and start telling her, wow, you know what? You'd be amazing in my business, So what kind of business you have? I said, well, I tell her my story. I've done real estate. I was in the furniture business, made money, lost everything. And she thought, oh, I lost everything before too. In 2008, 2009, the financial crisis, she lost her house, everything. I said, wow. I said, I've been there. So I shared with her, and then I shared with her the story how I met Kim, and watch her become very successful, and then in turn change my life when I took part of it. I said, look, sometimes in life it doesn't matter. My dad always say, hey, in life you might run into maybe a good opportunity, maybe only 2 or 3 times, right? And more importantly, what I found out is who you meet. So I was very fortunate to meet my friend Kim. I had nothing, and we worked together over time, and now my whole life has changed. So I shared with her about that, and she got very excited. Then I just briefly tell her, well, we started a project. It's actually brand new, less than a year ago. and we're already 15 countries. And she's like, wow, 15 countries and territory, that's a lot. Yeah, well, you know what? The world has changed. It's kind of like, the flip phone versus iPhone 15, right? There's a big difference, right? So look, people need to upgrade their thinking. That's how business is done nowadays. See, sometimes little things like that, like it open people's mind, right? To tell a story, to make something practical. Anyway, we talk, and then by the end, I almost get to the Porsche dealer. She's like, oh, so what's the next step? What do I do? What do I do? I said, wow. She's excited. Now, given 19 years, I've never signed up any taxi driver or Uber driver, right? So I said, how about this? Okay, give you a phone number, and then I will send you the information later tonight, right? Because I'm busy, right? I'm very busy. So I'll send you tonight. And then, but here's the thing. There's no way for me to tell you a multi-million-dollar business over the phone. I can't. So we have to meet up. So when's your day off? I asked her. So I took initiative to do a follow-up. You see that? Instead of asking her when she's free, or I told her, I asked directly, when is your day off? To the point, right? Oh, I'm off Sunday. How about this? Let's meet up on Sunday. How about 2 o'clock? She said, oh, okay, 2 o'clock is good. And I said, look, so I made the appointment at 2 o'clock Sunday, right? And then I said, after I send you tonight, I will give you a call in a couple of days. See what you think about the information. Is that good? If it's good with you, then we'll meet up Sunday. So it's not like I'm begging her for anything, right? I need to qualify her, right? I'm not chasing anybody. Never chase anybody. Because when you're making a lot of money, you don't want to be dragging people with you. They need to be running with you, right? So think about that when you go talk to people, okay? So anyway, guess what? So she loved it. She said, I called her a couple of days later. Oh, the video's so good. Every night I think about Kim Hui. I said, good. Let the tools do the work, right? So, and then on Sunday we met up. She signed up. $600 package premium. She wanted to do the founder, but her son was having a wedding the next week, so a little short of money. So she can upgrade whenever. I said, hey, no big deal. Let's get started. So then the first person she thought of, sign up her ex-husband. I said, you and him have a good relationship? Oh yeah, no problem. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, he wants to make money too. Okay. Great. And then we had another event coming up 2 weeks later, a new party, June 6th, New Year's party in LA. I said, Gabby, you must bring some people. You must come. He said, I'll try. I said, okay. How many people you want to bring? As many as you can, right? So talk to a lot of people. I'll give you an example, right? I talked to 50 people in another business, and I signed up 20, like within a week. I said, just go talk to people. They come on, it's okay, just invite. Thursday, before the event, she said, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Samson, I don't have anybody. I said, don't worry, you still have 2 days. Okay? So still Friday and Saturday, you can try to invite people. She showed up at the party with her neighbor, the husband and wife. So, they do marketing, traditional marketing. So at the event, we're giving away prizes, right? We probably gave away $20,000 to $30,000 worth of product or cash, okay? Well, her neighbors won something, right? The whole table, we're giving away prizes by table. And then, the very last prize, Mr. Daniel Piku took $500 cash out of his wallet and said, oh, let's do that for grand prize, cash. She won it out of 440 people. She said, oh, I've never won anything in my life. I said, well, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. Like she almost didn't come. Can you imagine? Her neighbor, so we had training afterward. Okay, this is crazy. If you never do, you never see it, okay? You will have your own story. So we had a training after the party. It was a luncheon, right? So 11 to 2, it's over, okay? We had a lot of money, people happy. 3:30 at another hotel, we had the training, okay? So, in English, it was about maybe 150 people, packed, okay? Her neighbor came with her because he came in one car. He couldn't get away, okay? Well, nowadays you can do Uber, right? They were still together, right? So they're sitting there. I don't know what happened. Kim was talking and said, you, for some reason, I feel that you will do, like, you're going to have an expansive business. That was her. Kim said that to her neighbor. So, oh. Later, the guy's like, I don't know why she said that to me, but I feel like I belong. 2 weeks later, he joined. Okay? In the Pro Pack. Yeah. Okay? Now, and the funniest thing we talk about, a lot of time we talk about the Matrix, about how we think of the world, this and that. And actually, he was watching a movie before he met up with me to go over the Wild Book. He said that movie was all about that. He said it must meant to be. It's the weirdest thing, right? Sometimes that's how it can be. Does that sound fun? Okay. So how I share with her, and somebody probably asking, what did you share with Gabby? So first, I told her about my story, about Kim's story, right? I already know she wanted to make more money, because I asked her that, she said yes. So what I did was I sent her Kim's 2-minute video, but I already told her about Kim, so I edified the video, right? Because people don't know who Kim is unless you tell the story ahead of time. Oh, this is my good friend Kim, or you can tell whatever story you know about Kim, and this is our vision about what we're doing, this project. Okay? Second, I sent her videos from the company launch, from USA to Hong Kong to Anaheim. Why I did that? So she can see what kind of people are in the business. Does it make sense? Right? So you see all kinds of people, diverse group of people. And they're all happy and positive, right? So I sent those to her. Next, I said, but again, I already qualify her. I know she's in the industry before. She just did very little bit of money selling product, but I qualify her already. Then I sent her opportunity showcase recording with Amy Dunlap, right? Blonde blue eye, right? Dr. CV, blonde again with the brown eyes, I think. And me, right? Talk about company, product, and compound. Just brief. So I said, don't worry, if you have a question, I answer those when we meet up. Then about the technology, I sent her the video with Dr. Dan, the 74-minute webinar. Because given that she's been in the industry already, so she understands because about supplement and all that. If they haven't, just summarize, send the absorption and the epigenetic with Dr. Dan, because those are only 10 minutes long, shorter clip, okay? That's what I did. And she was very positive to it, and then of course Kim, she kept thinking about Kim the whole time, and I said, wow. So in this business, it doesn't matter what work, it matters what duplicate. Use the tools, don't waste time thinking about it. It's more important you put the time in doing it. And then plug into events over and over and over again. From there, from that 1% at a time, it can grow to hundreds and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and maybe more. So hopefully, this 45 minutes, I give you something to think about. And I wish all of you very much success until the next time we meet. Okay? I'll see you in Hong Kong, yeah? Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. Let's give Samson, Harris, Patrick last round of applause, okay? So like Samson has already stated, okay, let's see everyone in Hong Kong, okay? So let's have a good day today. Thank you very much.